Hi everybody, welcome to week 9. I wanted to make a video to walk you through what's going on this week and to make sure that you understand how this quarter is going to end. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize myself. Here we are. This is the week 9 module. I'm sure you've already seen it, but let's look at it. First off, you need to reflect on the last speeches, the persuasive speeches, your classmates' speeches, and your own. I'm sure you know exactly how to do all that. There is a theory discussion for this week. Let's take a look at it. For this one, oh yeah, I have a video for you to watch about sounding natural while you give a speech. This is a good one to watch here towards the end of the quarter, when this is really what you should be worrying about, is how to sound the most natural now that you've been practicing all these things, how to sound like you aren't practicing all these things, right? And then I've got some examples, 4 examples for you to watch, excellent examples from past students. I want you to watch at least 3 of those. You can watch all 4 if you want. And then I have some questions for you to answer and post your answers there. And I do want to remind everybody to come back and comment. A lot of people aren't commenting, and that's just points left on the table. That's a bummer. So that is your discussion for this week. Do Wednesday and then come back and comment. And then I want to show you, you have a video challenge, and that is to give some speech advice. So the idea here is, you guys have been through this class. You're in week 9 now. Now it's time for you to think back through everything you've learned and think of some advice that you would give for somebody new to speech. Could be one piece of advice, could be a bunch of pieces of advice, could be one that you talk about for 2 minutes, could be like a whole list that you just share. But I want you to talk for at least 2 minutes, giving that advice, whatever it is. And then go watch 3 classmates posts, give them feedback just like usual. Hopefully that makes sense. As far as what you're giving, the advice, be creative. What have you learned from this class? Really, what's that? That's what I'm asking for there. And then at the bottom, I want to make sure you see this, is your demonstration speech final. There's a link to it. So this isn't due for 2 weeks. This is your last speech, right? But it's here so you can take a look at it. The instructions are not very long. This speech is really all about you. This is your last one. There's not a whole lot new added to it, except that for this speech, you need to have an audience. You need to have an audience of at least 3 people watching you. If you remember back to the week 1, when I asked everybody, hey, do you have people in your life who can watch you perform? And I asked you to let me know if you need a buddy, because some of you might not have people in your life who can watch your speeches. If you need someone to help watch your speech, you need to let me know about that before this weekend, because that's when I'll be making choices about who to set up with buddies for that. But otherwise, if you find your people, if you know who can watch you, and then you can get it set up, you need to have 3 people watching. As far as what your choice is for your demonstration speech, it can be literally whatever you want. Here's some ideas. I have seen a lot of things for these demonstration speeches. It can be anything, really. There's an example here you can watch. It's one of the examples it's linked to in the assignment for this week. And then here's the requirements. Between 4 and 7 minutes long. It's not a really long speech. But I want you to demonstrate a process and walk us through it. You have to have an introduction, your demonstration, a conclusion. You should have a hook. You should have a sinker. You have to have 3 quality sources that you cite verbally. You're really pulling everything you've learned together. There's no PowerPoint. Your visual aid is probably whatever you're showing us, so don't worry about PowerPoint. You can use index cards or you can memorize. It's your choice. But the important things are in red on this one. You have to have that live audience of at least 3 people. If you don't, you'll fail the speech. And if you don't do the speech, you'll fail the class. Now that sounds really, really harsh, and it is. That's why I wanted to make sure I warn you all. This isn't my choice. This course is online, and part of the way that we're able to do that, there's a lot of little things we do. One of them is this. You are going to give a speech in front of live people if you're going to pass this class, and that's this speech. So you need to give this speech. Don't forget to do it. If you don't do it, you will fail the class, and I hate to say that, and I have had to fail somebody before for this, and I got to say I don't enjoy it. It's not a fun thing for me. It's pretty miserable. So if you don't have people in your life to watch you, you need to let me know by, let's say Friday. Friday. It's the 19th. Right now it's Tuesday. So that would be the 20th, 21st, 22nd. 22nd. Let me know by the end of Friday the 22nd. And then I'll be pairing people up. So gotta let me know. Otherwise, that's it for this week. We're winding up to the end. This is your final speech. It's due in 2 weeks. Next week, you'll have Thanksgiving. It will not be a heavy week for us in this class. There'll be a little bit to do, but not too much. And then the week after that will be you working on this speech and posting it. And then the week after that will be reflections and feedback, and then we'll be done. So we're close to being done with this class. Please let me know if you have any questions about any of this. That's what I'm here for. And I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you on those discussion boards.